Hi, Dave with DMA Real Estate, coming to you from my office in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And this is the time of year that we like to take a look and go back on our previous year in real estate. So take a look at 2023, which was a tough year in real estate. We saw 30% less listings on the market and 30% less transactions than a year ago. So it's been tough for a lot of realtors to weather this 2023 real estate market. And what we also like to do is take a look into our crystal ball of what's going to happen in 2024. And I would like to share with you, as I've been, just sitting and pondering what's 2024 going to do. And I would like to share my thoughts as far as a couple of key components for 2024. And basically, it's interest rates and also some of the commission lawsuits that are going on in our industry. So, first thing I wanted to address are interest rates, and what my prediction will be is that I think over to the course of 2024 is that the Fed's going to lower the interest rates 250 basis points or in that general vicinity. And I think what's going to happen is your interest rates are going to come down closer to 6%. So, what is that going to do for the real estate market? A couple different things, both good and bad. So let's take a look at that. So the first thing is that it's going to bring more listings into the marketplace. And what the reason for that being is that 60% of all sellers right now have an interest rate of 4% or less. And so they're staying put. They're not putting their houses on the market because, they've got 4% interest rates. Interest rates were up as high as 8%. They're now under 7%, and they start going towards 6%. Some of those sellers that have those 4% mortgages are going to consider getting into the market. And so the good part is that you will see more inventory coming on the market for 2024. So you'll see inventory start to increase, and you'll also see transactions increasing. So the second part is that the good part is it's going to take more buyers, and buyers that are on the fence waiting for interest rates to go down, they are going to get off the fence. So I hear a lot, hey, I'm waiting until interest rates come down under 7%. They're now under 7%. But some people are saying, well, I'm going to wait until they get closer to 6%. And that will happen. And there will be more buyers coming into the marketplace in 2024. Again, with more listings, more buyers coming to the marketplace, more transactions. So as far as what the negative part of interest rates coming down, what could possibly be negative about that? The first thing is that your low payment down payment buyers, low credit score buyers, or people like 620 and right at that cusp of having a hard time getting it because of their credit. FHA buyers, VA buyers, it's going to make it much more difficult for them to get a house, because what will happen is with more buyers on the market is there'll be more competitive situation. And so we're probably going to be heading back to multiple offer situation where you're going to see a bunch of offers coming in. And so these people that are, again, have a hard time getting a mortgage because of their credit, they don't have much down payment, and FHA VAs are going to go to the bottom of the pile. So if you are thinking about buying a home and you're one of those those four components, I would look at buying a house now, because the window's closing on your opportunity to be able to buy a house. The other negative to, again, interest rates going down, more people being in the market, and more offers, is you're going to start seeing escalation clauses again, which are just, again, they're willing to pay up to X amount of dollars. You're going to see appraisal gap language. You are going to see people waiving inspections. And that's going to be the types of things that you're going to be seeing come in the marketplace. So 2024 is going to be a great market for realtors. But like I said, if you are having trouble with some of the credit, down payment, and things like that, it's going to be tough. So you want to get into the market now. The other thing I want to discuss was you're seeing a lot of information coming out about the Sitzer-Burnett file or lawsuit, and where sellers are basically saying that they had to pay a buyer's agent fee. They shouldn't have had to. There's been a verdict on that. It's being appealed. And so, what's going to happen because of these lawsuits and the verdict that came down? And so, my prediction is going to be is that commissions will become uncoupled. And I don't know if it's going to happen as soon as 2024 or if it will move into 2025. But what I mean by that is sellers are going to be negotiating their fee directly with their listing agent. Listing agent will be negotiating their fee directly with the seller. Vice versa for buyers. A buyer is going to negotiate their fee with a buyer's agent, and it's going to be negotiate between the two parties. The biggest question is going to be is how does that fee get paid? And that's going to be the crux of the issue as we move forward. So good and the bad. So first thing that's going to probably happen is because of this is that 30% of realtors will be out of the business within the next 12 to 24 months. And the reason for that being is that a lot of realtors, they never took the time to figure out, how to go over agency disclosures, how to go over exclusive buyer agency contracts. They did not know their value proposition. And what I mean by that is they, did not know how to articulate. These are all the things that I do as a professional realtor, as a buyer's agent, to help you get from sales contract to closing, which is the hardest part, and also to help you find a home. These are all things that, take a lot of time, a lot of expertise, but a lot of realtors did not figure out how to articulate that. So what I think is going to end up happening is that a lot of these realtors that didn't learn, how to do that in a market where they didn't need to, they're now going to migrate toward teams or join a team, or they're just going to get out of the market. My second prediction on that is I do not believe that commissions will go down. And one of the things that all these people that are advocating for these lawsuits are saying that they believe that commissions will go down. I disagree 100%. I believe that commissions will probably stay about the same. They're just going to go to fewer people. And the true real estate professionals, which about 10% of realtors and are true real estate professionals, they understand their value proposition. They understand how to articulate that value proposition. The other thing that's going to happen is a lot of buyers are just going to go around a buyer's agent, go directly to the listing agents. And so what's going to happen is that 90-10 mix right now, which are 10% of the realtors do 90% of the business, it will be 5% of the realtors do 95% of the business. So do I believe that's good, or is that bad for the real estate community and for the real estate market? I believe that what's going to happen is that the people that need our help the most, and these are people that are low down payment buyers, FHA buyers, VA, and first-time home buyers, they need a realtor's help the most. They're not going to know how to negotiate, the buyer's agent fee. They're going to go directly to a listing agent, and then what's going to happen is it's going to create something called dual agency, where one realtor is going to represent both the buyer and the seller, which I never have thought that dual agency is good for real estate. I personally have not practiced dual agency, and I believe that that is going to be something that is going to come from these lawsuits. And again, I don't think it was well thought out by the legal system and also by the DOJ. They have not thought this all the way through. And I think in the end, it's going to harm buyers. And again, the real estate commission is not going to go down. But again, the huge spike in dual agency is not good for the industry. Lastly, overall, the real estate market, I believe in 2024 is going to be extremely strong with these interest rates coming down, with more inventory coming on the market. It's going to be good for the industry. It's going to be good for realtors. It's going to be good for those real estate professionals that, again, that 10% is going to go down to the 5%. I also believe that real estate companies that are publicly traded, their stocks are going to continue to go up. It's been 2 or 3 years where you have not seen stock prices going up for real estate companies. I think that's going to change toward the middle to end of 2024. As far as a trend amongst realtors too, I believe that you're going to see a migration of realtors starting to go to more of the virtual brokerage models, which are there's less overhead. And so with less overhead, a real estate company is able to offer more generous commission splits, and they're also able to offer revenue share and stock equity opportunities to their agents. So I think you're going to see a dramatic shift from agents at brick and mortar type of real estate companies to the virtual agent brokerage or the virtual brokerage model. So those are kind of my predictions of what's going to go on in 2024. I'm curious to get your thoughts on what you think is going to happen. If you have any questions about what you think interest rates are going to do, or some of these legal lawsuits that are going on, feel free to reach out to me. I'm available 24/7. Happy to answer any of these questions for you. This is that time, like I said, where we just sit back and look at all the data and try to figure out what's going to happen in 2024. Let's all enjoy our holiday. Y'all have a great Merry Christmas, and we'll look forward to the new year in 2024. And again, if we can ever help you with your real estate needs, or if you ever want to talk about virtual brokerages, again, I work at Real Broker, DM me, give me a holler. I'd be happy to discuss any of these topics. That's what I do. That's what my passion is. Happy holidays to everyone. Take care.